Hello everyone, this is Chelsea of Cosmic Heart, and today I'm going to be doing a reading. It's going to be pick a crystal, and it's going to be around your yin versus your yang energy. Okay, when these things are out of balance, when they're out of whack, it can cause a bunch of problems. When we deal with other people who have these things out of balance, out of whack, that can cause problems for us. When we have it out of whack, out of balance, we can cause problems for other people. So when we are on a journey of healing, self-discovery, self-love, and a journey of soulful balance, each side of the body represents an energy, 111. The left side is the feminine, the yin, the being energy, and the right side is the masculine, the yang, the doing energy. So I initially was gonna just do two, a pick a crystal reading, and I thought I'm gonna just do two. I think it's quite common to do 3 piles, but for some reason I just felt like doing 2. And then the way I laid them out, it was very clearly, the left side is yin information, the right side is yang. It was just so clear the way it laid out. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've pulled, okay, so you're going to choose a crystal you're drawn to. Or if you know you're struggling with one aspect of your energy, if you struggle with yang, you know which crystal you're going to pick. If you struggle with yin, 222, you know which one you're going to pick. And maybe you want to watch the full video because you need advice or guidance on both sides. Okay, so pile number 1, the yin pile, is Lemurian quartz. Looks like this. Can help with the crown chakra, holds frequencies of unity and peace. If you're Brazilian, or you have connections to Brazil, or you feel drawn to Brazil, it originates in Brazil, so that could help you choose. It encourages deep inner work and emotional release, anchoring higher lights into the body with soul level insights if you allow them. So that's the yin pile. The yang pile, pyrite. Pyrite is the merchant stone, or the fool's gold, because it looks like gold. It strengthens confidence, attracts new opportunities, and sharpens your decision making. It supports motivation and the releasing of fear in the emotional body, and it allows us to face our emotional demons. It supports motivation, and it's a protective stone when the primary focus is to gain a more joyful and fulfilling life. So that is your yang crystal. Whichever one you choose, if you choose both, I'll see you at both piles. If not, in the description I'll put the timestamp for each of the piles. I'll see you at your pile. Don't watch this if you know all the stuff about tarot. Don't force it if it doesn't fit, etc, etc. I'll see you at your pile. Pile number 1, if you chose Lemurian quartz, then this is your reading. So I'm going to start off by saying that your reading starts at 4:52 after the intro I filmed, and I'm going to get the number from the Angel Numbers book by Kyle Gray. So the number 452, Angel Wisdom is encouraging you to share the truth that you have been holding in your heart. Openness will allow divine guidance in. So however that fits in your situation, if it doesn't, that's fine. If there's an opportunity to speak your truth, your heart is going to be deeply involved in that process. So I pulled each pile an affirmation, a Moonology card, and an Ascended Master. And as with alignment, it's worked out quite synchronistically. So your affirmation is the power of inner quiet. It says, silence gives me strength, which works really, really well with the crystal you chose, because like I said in the intro, if you didn't watch the intro and you just clicked on the pile, I said essentially that I almost said rose quartz, so you could benefit from working with rose quartz, which works perfectly with the heart space and the Ascended Master we received for this pile. Lemurian quartz, not rose quartz. So it holds frequencies of unity and peace and is great for meditation with its connection to the crown chakra. It encourages deep inner work and emotional release, and helps you to receive soul level insights as well as anchoring higher lights into the body. So there's something about fasting here and making sure you only eat as organically as you can. Eating when you feel hungry and not because you know, for the sake of it. Oftentimes when we want to eat, our body is actually craving higher vibrational water to consume instead of food. So that could be relevant to you and where you're at in your journey right now. So meditation is showing up heavily for you here if you've been committing to meditation. I feel like if you are a tarot card collector or watcher of picker cards, you're probably already on some kind of journey that is just unexplainable to other people, but also absolutely fantastical in its own way, right? So yin wants silence from you right now to be heard. Yin needs silence from you. And the divine master that came through, funnily enough, was Paul the Venetian with his centered heart. I believe he's a brother of the rose, which is something I talk about on this channel a lot, being a priestess of the rose. It's a kind of mystical path of emotional healing, and it's not just a female thing. Men are also on this path, and Paul the Venetian, I'm not sure if he's officially on the path, but it is very much like he kind of is, with this rose in the centre of his heart. And the card says gifted one, revealing hidden talents and opportunities to shine. So it says that one of his lives on earth was he was a painter. It says in the book, Paolo Veronese, a famous artist of the Italian Renaissance. So you could have links to Venice, or you could be drawn to traveling to Venice. And he is now dedicated to helping those with creative talents tie them into their spiritual practice and live a spiritual life. So maybe you want to use your creativity as a way of connecting to source. This is a highly encouraging and uplifting message when it comes to your yin aspect. There is a pattern in the collective of femininity being highly misunderstood. So if you are in that space where you shy away from your feminine energy or your femininity in whole, regardless of gender, because you still witness the feminine being perceived as weak, your guidance is that your heart, your creativity, and your feminine aspects are just as much of a source of power in your life as your masculine aspects, okay? And we live a better life when these two parts of us are in harmony, okay? And when I was tapping into this idea of what I was going to do the reading on, my right side was so much more active, 1111, and that is like the masculine aspect. It took a moment for me to activate my feminine. So the feminine really needs silence and quiet and nurturing to step forward, and she needs space to be held for her. And obviously I'm talking about yin energy, is not gendered, but I'm just saying she is, you know, sort of like to give it a persona, I guess. Gifts are not gifts unless they are shared. Let others see your abilities. Share your gifts and serve. So some kind of answers will come through for you. Maybe regarding hidden talents. Could be regarding family and speaking and communicating, because we have Cancer energy and Gemini energy here with the Moonology cards that I pulled. 1, 2, 2, 2. We have the new moon in Cancer and the full moon in Gemini. You and your loved ones are safe. The answers you need are coming. If it's not family, it could be related to your sense of community, your sense of togetherness with other people, even like your sense of togetherness with other women, and the sense of divine feminine running through other people and witnessing that, and either allowing that to be your strength or allowing other people to witness you in your yin energy, okay? There is not a lot of people who find there is strength in femininity, because it's viewed as passive, it's viewed as weak, it's viewed as submissive even, but that is a very distorted template of yin energy, okay? What happens when you're in yang too much? You push, you push, you push, and you create blocks because you burn out, right? And it doesn't help to be in overly yin energy either, but yin is necessary, and we are becoming a collective of people where we are, I mean, the feminine is rising again, because we need her, you know, we need yin energy. We have not gotten into a very good space collectively by just being hyper masculine, and any answers you need regarding yin energy, you will find those answers in silence, okay? The feminine aspect of consciousness is not loud. She is peaceful, quiet, and that inner knowing will come through, even through your heart space, okay? I don't know if this is going to be relevant to you, but I had a realization the other day that I can visualize from my heart, not my third eye, because when I visualize from my third eye, my ego gets involved. And so I encourage you to practice visualizing from your heart. If you don't get it, that's okay, but if you get it, try it. Embrace meditation. It's interesting how we have the message of silence and inner quiet, but both of these cards are blue. And blue is the colour of the throat chakra, you know, higher communication. What is yin? What is the message from yin? Also, yeah, so we have the Queen of Wands, so black cats could be significant to you. Sunflowers could be significant. To be attractive, to be a beautiful woman is it's allowed, you know, it's allowed. You're allowed to be beautiful. You are allowed to be magnetic, charismatic. You're allowed to flirt, and you're allowed, I mean, you don't have to be a woman watching this, but these are just energies you can utilize. You're allowed to be attractive. You're allowed to be beyond radiant and bring in exactly what it is you want. And you do that with yin energy. Okay? You do that with yin energy. You may attract like very obsessive people. You may find your yin energy apprehensive to be in, even if it is a natural state for you to be in, because people get obsessed with you. King of Cups. What is this King of Cups? We've got the Hermit as well with the Four of Wands. So yin energy, yeah. You know how to embrace the mystic, the sage, the inner wisdom, the darkness that is so dark. You have your North Star, and that's about it. That is all you need, because yin knows how to direct you. King of Cups. What is this King of Cups? What is this King of Cups? Yeah, I feel like this is a message of your inner masculine, your inner yang being a container for you. While you vibrate this magneticism and you embrace the spiritual aspects of life, you know, you receive that guidance, you receive those answers. You have that masculine who is just so, you know, because I felt it in the beginning, the masculine was so active, the feminine wasn't. So you have, your message is an acknowledgement of how your inner masculine is there holding that space for you to be in your yin, to be charming, charismatic, magnetic, radiant, to be beautiful, okay? There is no need to be humble about being beautiful. What is important is remaining connected to your center, remaining connected through the third eye, the heart, and the root. But also your lower three chakras are very, very important. As a priestess or a priest, it's important to be connected to the light up and connected to the light down. Do you have any other messages from yin? You have the potential as well to attract very emotionally dependable people. Very emotionally dependable masculine energies. With cups filled for you. Yeah, I've done here for the yin side. I don't know how this message is going to come out, but let me know what you think. Grand rising, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I wish for you to be in balance, in sacred union within yourself, so it reflects without. And I hope you got what you needed from this message. Bye. 2048. So, Yang, if you chose pile number 2, this is your message from the masculine or Yang. I've never done a reading like this before, and so I'm a little bit like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I don't know how this is gonna be received, but it feels quite aligned to be doing this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So, as I did with pile number 1, the timing in which I started your reading is gonna be a message I get from the Angel Numbers book by Kyle Gray. So 20, I'm gonna do 20 and then I'm gonna do 48. Your angels are congratulating you on taking steps towards growth and expansion. You have a deeper connection to your soul now. And 48. The angels of purpose are with you now, helping you understand and follow the truth and purpose that will light you up. Fun times. Guys, that's so cute. So, you chose pyrite. Focus on the crystal, please. Nice. And if you didn't see in the intro, I essentially said pyrite was fool's gold or the merchant stone, which strengthens confidence, sharpens decision making, attracts new opportunities, supports motivation, relieves fear, and allows us to face our emotional demons, especially things stored in our emotional bodies. It brings us goal clarity and is a protective stone when our primary focus is to gain a joyful and fulfilling life. So I picked the stones, and that's when I was like, the way I've laid this out and the sides I laid them on and the ascended masters that came through for each pile, I was like, this is a yin and yang reading. The way I've laid this out is just perfect. So pyrite for yang energy, perfect. I think absolutely perfect. So aligned, so perfect. Lemurian quartz for pile number 1 was perfect as well. So if you felt drawn to understanding aspects of the feminine, I've really just been talking. I'm not really sure how I'm conveying this information, and I do hope it helps, but yeah, I'm gonna see how this does, and I might do it again just to see. So the pyrite originates from like 400,000 years ago from England, so my part of the block, and they used to use it to start fires. And I pulled an affirmation for both piles, and the affirmation for yang, or the masculine, was tolerance. Knowing that every event in life is in some way beneficial, I am always able to find the love to keep giving no matter what. Tolerance. So you are being guided to, maybe you're healing something emotional, because those talks about emotional demons. Maybe you're healing something stored in your emotional body. Maybe maybe you're being patient in your decision making or your confidence, or you're waiting to attract new opportunities, because your Ascended Master is actually 2. Perfect, right? Lakshmi and Ganesh. So prosperity vibration. You are attracting health, wealth, and happiness. Pyrite is, see how I mean these piles have just lined themselves up. It's ridiculous, actually. It's just perfect. So I've wrote about Lakshmi and Ganesh. Lakshmi, she's the goddess of wealth, fortune, luxury, and prosperity, not just material, but spiritual as well. And she adopted, I believe she adopted Ganesh. So she shared what she had accumulated with him. And Ganesh is a remover of obstacles and also a patron of art and science. And he is known as the Deva of intellect and wisdom. So when they work together, that's why they're together on the Ascended Master's card, because they fit really well together. I guess it's a form of union in and of itself. Together they represent a balance of gaining prosperity, wisdom, health, happiness, and integrating the necessary wisdom to manage these things all together. So that is where the masculine is. That's what Yang is up to now. Okay, that is what you're being encouraged to embrace if you don't know where you're at on your journey, or that is where you already consciously know that you are. We have Show the World the Real You with full moon in Aquarius. And there's a beautiful purple here. There could definitely be emotional healing here, because I'm seeing this woman with this water jug, and it reminded me of a chalice. So emotional healing, the archangel for emotional healing is Archangel Gabriel, and his symbol is a chalice, and the chalice is for emotional healing. So you could be purging some demons, and you are encouraged to sort of embrace the soul quality of tolerance. I feel like you can tell I'm really comfortable being in my masculine energy, because I feel like this message is flowing a bit better than the yin energy. So I obviously have a bit of work to do there. I'm gonna read the message for Lakshmi and Ganesh as well. So Lakshmi is the goddess of all forms of prosperity, including fortune, fertility, and well-being. And she is associated with the Indian festival of light called Diwali, and she is often invoked for guidance on wealth and prosperity. Ganesh is the remover of obstacles and illusions, and Lakshmi adopted Ganesh as her own son and declared that all her health, wealth, and accomplishments would be his. Together they work as forces of light and goodness, and they come to those who need support with busting through challenges that stop them from experiencing infinite worth. But you need to understand that health, happiness, joy, success, good company, and opportunities surround you. And you're on the right path with particular projects that you're doing. And there will be fruits of labour that you can enjoy with time. Okay? When you spend extra time and energy on gratitude, you magnetize more and more reasons to be grateful. You can keep going through challenges and blockages. So especially, I'm really drawn to this sort of emotional blockage message. The barricade you are pushing through is actually an opportunity to decide how committed and focused you are on bringing your vision to reality. What you believe, you will achieve. So what does the yang need to hear at this time? What is the message for yang? Yeah, I think I need to tap in with my own yin a lot more, because I think the message from yin, I was trying to anticipate the message that was coming through, but I think it's flowing so much more naturally with yang. Oh, which one's coming first? So is it this one or this one? No, this one. We have the 5 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and Death. So the utmost levels of transformation here, removing of obstacles, illusions, 3113 in the timer, fighting battles and winning. You have the strength to overcome. Don't battle away any good energies, battle away the energies that are keeping you stuck or stagnant. With the 5 of Wands, this is like conflict, energetic conflict. There could be groups of people in conflict about you, and you are just being encouraged to move away from it and only try to resolve this if everyone is on the same page about resolving the situation. Because if not, you will be... I'm getting a visualization, and it's probably because I just heard the cats outside fighting, but you know when you see in a cartoon they're in a big bubble of like cloud smoke and they're fighting, and then someone peeks their head out because they're about to get out, and then they get thrown back in, and it's like a big cloud of smoke because they're, you know, it's animated cartoon, they're like fighting. That's sort of what I'm getting a visual of. But this 8 of Wands can be you walking away from these conflicting energies, conflicting opinions, and even using them, transmuting them for your own benefit, and never going back to those energies. Like, you have the strength for that. You have the ability to be tolerant while you heal anything that is disrupting your flow and your peace. Happiness is yours, health is yours, wealth is yours, okay? Obstacles, setbacks, challenges, you have the power to remove them, okay? Nothing outside of you has power, 3333, nothing outside of you has power over you until you give it power, okay? I might read the Master number 33 very quickly. Or will I? Does it exist? Doesn't exist. So 333. Maybe I'll do 333. You are powerfully aligned with Jesus and other ascended masters at this time. You are at a crucial point on your journey where you can go beyond all previous setbacks. And pile number 2, the masculine, the yang aspect of existence. I'm gonna leave it here. Grand rising, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope this message served you. If you want some information on the yin aspect, I recommend you watch pile number 1, and feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about this as a concept, and thank you for watching. Bye.